Hi and welcome again to the channel Newtown Naughty Boy, and in this quick video, I think it's going to be quite quick, I'm going back to the bluing again, and I'm going to be using the birchwood Casey Prima Blue on these two components. And if you saw my last video, you'll understand that I didn't feel that I'd got the success with the Ballistoil quick browning compound. I wasn't particularly happy with that, so I am now going back to what I've used before, which is the as I said before, the birchwood Casey Blue, Prima Blue. There's a little bit more involved with the process here. As you can see, I've cleaned up again both the items I want to blue to a shiny condition. So we have this tube here and we have the barrel. So let's get started with some bluing. So the process starts with applying some of the compound, the bluing compound, to a sponge and then working it over the metalwork as evenly as you can and as quickly as you can as well. Now, as with all of these processes, you may need to do this several times. With this bluing agent, you work the liquid in for a minute, that's all, and it has to be around a minute. And once that's done, you then have to submerge the metalwork into water. So I'm just making sure that that's fairly evenly over the metalwork, and I think I've probably spent about a minute now doing that. So a little bit messy really. So that's done now. That does look a shade of blue on there. It's got some rainbow colours on it. So now I'm going to dunk it in this water, and that neutralizes the agent, so it needs to go in the other way around as well to get a full covering. This of course adds another complexity really, or another aspect to the bluing process, because you're submerging something that you don't really want to have water on in water. So that's kind of the first stage. So you wipe that off. You can then, if you wish, use some fine wire wool and then repeat the process. So I'm going to do that another couple of times and run these through that process of applying the bluing compound and then submerging in water. So you can probably see, even from what I've done so far, let me turn the light up a bit more for you. You can probably see some of those colours on there starting to come out. That's starting to look quite good. So the more compound you put on, the deeper the bluing tone will become. So you put as many layers on as you wish. Okay, so I'll come back to this once I've done another couple of coats. So here I am just putting on now the fourth coat of the birchwood Casey Prima Blue. I'm quite happy with the results here. I've taken the components outside to have a look to see what they look like under natural light. I think that's helped to understand the depth of colour that I want. So I think this will be the final coating. I'm hoping you can see that before I put it in the water. It's looking quite a good colour. It is definitely a bluey colour rather than the brown rusty colour that I was getting from the other product, the ballast oil product. So now I just need to finish off with the barrel parts here. So as I say, this is the 4th coat that I'm applying here. Use the sponge for about a minute on the metalwork and then douse it in the water to neutralize it. Make sure in between applications that you've cleaned the metalwork with some methylated spirits or something like that. Make sure that the metalwork is clean. I've used some very fine wire wool to in between the applications just to make sure that everything is off the metal, all the grease is off the metal. So it's just a matter of just taking care as you go and making sure that you distribute the fluid as evenly as possible. I'm now dunking the barrel in the water one final time, hopefully. So those are my parts, and hopefully that is going to be sufficient. It looks good. It's still got water on. I need to dry these off and then put some oil on top just to make sure that they're protected. I want to do that before I do anything else. So that's it really. This is a short video for you this time, but I wanted you to see the process involved in using this other product because it's quite different and distinct from the ballast oil product. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. As always, press like if you've liked what you've seen and subscribe if you wish to see more of my videos. So thank you once again, and I'll see you on the next video. So I just wanted to show you some still pictures of the finished product using the bluing agent, and I hope you can see from these still shots how the metalworks actually turned out. It's got this nice kind of bluey, kind of rainbowy effect on it. It's not a deep blue by any means, but it's quite pleasing to the eye, and I think out of the two products that I've used for bluing, I think this is probably turned out about the best. Well, if you've ever wondered where the name Newtown Naughty Boy comes from, well, you can learn a little bit more about that. I did write a book last year, and quite recently I've had the book republished. It's got a nice new cover on it. It details my story really, growing up in the UK in a small town, and all the things that I got up to during the 50s, 60s and 70s. There's quite a bit in there. There's some pictures, there's illustrations, there's a little bit of naughtiness, there's quite a bit of air gun shooting and shenanigans. There's stuff that will make you laugh in this book. It's a book you can order from Amazon, but also it's available on Kindle quite cheaply. So why not give it a go? It's a really good read, and then you can give me some feedback on it. Hope you enjoy. Give it a try.